this comes back to leadership and thoughtful planning. There are many tools, software tools, telecommunication tools, to allow for communication between remote employees. We're using one right now. And there are collaboration tools as well, software. But it's how you choose to use them that's most important. And I think one of my pieces of advice for organizations out there is to come up with cultural norms for how you as a team or as an organization communicate with each other. And examples of this would be, what are our hours when we are expected to respond to either voicemails and email and text messages, so that we keep some structure and boundaries on our personal life and our home life. So it could be, hey, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., it's fair game, or 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., whatever the case may be. But after that, we have no expectation that you will reply to communication. It could mean we as an organization or as a team are going to agree that we're going to have our cameras on when we have a Zoom call or a Ring Central call. But on certain calls, perhaps just fun ones at the end of the week, you don't have to have your camera on. So we're going to decide culturally how we're going to communicate, visually where we can see each other, or where it's okay to be walking your dog around the neighborhood while you're on your conference call. You can do that now. Why shouldn't you? Let's have a cultural understanding of what's acceptable and what's not. So there's a number of things that I think people can agree to. But the other key piece for communication is making sure that you're giving appropriate and consistent feedback to the remote employee. That's very important, because otherwise, someone who is working remotely can feel they're on an island, they can feel isolated, and they're just not sure, am I meeting standards? Am I doing my job the way people want? Give me some feedback. So consistent, frequent, informal feedback, and everyone has to define what frequent means for them and their team. But I think that's a key part of communication, is making sure, and it goes both ways. The manager needs feedback also on how they're doing, and sort of in a 360 view. But that's what I would advise, is to really focus on good feedback, consistent, informal communication, and then planned formal communication that perhaps is a little bit more often business reviews, for instance, than they may have been when everyone was in the office together.